inside, I feel normal. But when I see myself in a mirror,
I feel like some monster.
At an incredible 778 pounds, Charity Pierce looked in the mirror and felt like a monster. Each day felt like she was losing not just weight, but a piece of her soul along with it. Just when you think it couldn't get any worse, though, life threw more curveballs her way. From childhood trauma to the gut-wrenching loss of her mom, Charity's life has been anything but easy. With a laundry list of surgeries and exhausting weight loss plans, she's had her fair share of struggles, and she's not afraid to talk about it. Here's the sad life of the world's most obese woman. What Charity has to deal with every day. Charity Pierce's journey is nothing short of unimaginable struggle, small victories, and a fierce will to survive.
I have to have the restroom brought to me because my weight is more than what the toilet holds.
You see, for someone like Charity, even waking up every day felt like a battle. Most people jump out of bed with ease, but for Charity, it took a team. Her daughter, Charlie, and her partner, Tony, were her lifeline, helping her get up, move around, and face the day. Every movement required their support. Even sitting on the couch or using the bathroom became challenges they faced together. In the kitchen, the weight of her condition hit hardest. Once a place of joy and nourishment, where Charity loved to cook for her family, it became an impossible space for her. The physical strain of standing, stirring, and preparing meals was too much, so Charlie and Tony took over, keeping the family fed while Charity fought her daily battles. Keeping in mind what Charity was dealing with, it doesn't come as a surprise that her days were filled with takeout and fast food. This was, of course, far from the healthy meals she wished for. You could see it in her eyes. She missed the fresh fruits and colorful veggies that made her feel good inside. However, every day was hard, and even leaving the house felt like getting ready for a huge challenge. Fitting into cars was tough, and walking through public places made her feel out of place. Standing at the door, her heart would race, knowing what was waiting out there. Judgment, stares, maybe even whispers. She felt like the world was always watching and was ready to make her feel uncomfortable. The situation had gotten so bad for Charity that even something as simple as going to the mall with her daughter, Charlie, was full of anxiety. The bright displays and happy sounds around her felt overwhelming. While other people enjoyed their day, Charity was busy fighting off self-doubt. On top of that, doctor's appointments were no easy task for Charity. Sometimes, she needed an ambulance to get there, which was a stark reminder of how tough mobility had become. The whole process was draining. With Charlie and Tony by her side, their love gave her strength. However, one thing was clear: Charity's condition remained a constant threat. For her, obesity was more than a surface issue. It carried serious health risks. Why obesity changed Charity's life? It may seem like the reason Charity's life was hard is because she had extra pounds on her that were difficult to manage. However, the condition actually has some life-threatening health risks. For starters, obesity is a significant contributor to heart disease. Carrying excess weight puts you at risk for high blood pressure, elevated cholesterol, and diabetes, 3 serious conditions that can lead to heart attacks and strokes. Not only that, but obesity is also linked to various serious health issues, including type 2 diabetes, certain cancers, sleep apnea, and osteoarthritis. The extra weight takes a toll on your joints, making even simple movements painful. It can also disrupt hormonal balance, raising the risk for cancers like breast and colon cancer. Let's not overlook the mental health impact. Those struggling with obesity often face stigma and discrimination, leading to depression, anxiety, and low self-esteem. On top of that, physical limitations can make it hard to enjoy activities that once brought joy, which then creates a cycle of isolation and emotional distress that can be difficult to break. Keeping in mind the cons that come with this condition, you can only imagine that overcoming obesity can feel like climbing a steep mountain. It takes real effort, changing eating habits, getting active, and sometimes even asking for medical help. For Charity, her weight loss journey was tough, with each step feeling like an uphill battle. She cut back on sugar and squeezed in exercise whenever she could, but obstacles kept getting in her way and made it hard to see progress. However, Charity's struggle with obesity didn't happen overnight. What many people may not know is that her obesity built up over time, and it all began from her childhood. Charity's childhood shapes her eating habits. Growing up in Cedar Rapids, Iowa, her life was anything but easy. She faced the chaos of a home where her father battled alcoholism and often took out his frustrations on Charity and her mother. Every night felt like a scene from a stormy drama. Charity lived through a cycle of violence, watching her father yell and her mother cry as she tried to hold the family together. The chaos peaked when her father would collapse on the living room floor. In the middle of all this, Charity felt alone and ignored, desperately looking for a way to escape the emotional turmoil. At just 10 years old, she found comfort in the refrigerator.
Every night after he passed out, my comfort was to go in the kitchen and eat.
Food became her refuge and a secret escape from the chaos at home. She would dig through the kitchen, eating whatever junk food she could find: ice cream, chocolate bars, potato chips, and fries. These snacks were her temporary relief and gave her a brief break from the storm. In the sweetness of ice cream or the crunch of chips, she found a way to numb the pain and fill the emptiness left by her absent father and overwhelmed mother. As the years passed, Charity's relationship with food became complicated and unhealthy. By the time she hit puberty in the late 90s, she was already struggling with her weight. School turned into a battleground, filled with bullying and teasing from classmates. The hurtful comments about her appearance felt like arrows piercing her already fragile self-esteem. Even though she tried to ignore the pain, those words left deep emotional scars. While all of this was unfolding, Charity made a strong choice. She wouldn't let others define her. Instead, she embraced a rebellious spirit, channeling her frustrations into a fierce determination to find her own path. Music, friends, and breaking free from expectations became her escape. However, as she entered her early 20s, the weight of her struggles felt heavier than ever. Growing up with unhealthy patterns. Despite encouragement from loved ones to eat healthier, breaking free from her bad eating habits was a tough fight. The pressures of high school, hormonal changes, and the heaviness of seasonal depression pushed her toward binge eating as her main way to cope. Each binge gave her a moment of comfort, but it was quickly followed by guilt and sadness. This cycle of emotional eating tightened its grip and made it hard for her to escape. Then, in 2001, disaster struck when an accident turned Charity's world upside down. Suddenly, she was bedridden and unable to move, trapped in a body that wouldn't cooperate. This setback fueled her binge eating, making it even harder to manage her weight and worsening her already fragile health. Each day, the scale crept higher and reminded her of her struggles. Eventually, for Charity, obesity became more than just a medical issue. It was a sign of her deepest pain and fears. It felt like her body was silently crying out for help and acceptance in a world that seemed determined to break her spirit. Still, Charity tried her best to recover from the accident and not let this setback permanently put her down. After 3 months of working on getting better while simultaneously regulating her weight, Charity stepped onto the scale. To her surprise, the numbers showed an amazing loss of over 100 pounds. This was proof of her strength and commitment to changing her life. Dr. Now, her supportive guide on this tough journey, praised her progress, but reminded her that she still had a long road ahead. Feeling healthier, Charity was excited to return home to Cedar Rapids and continue her transformation in a familiar place. However, being home came with its own challenges. Her daughter, Charlie, missed her and turned to food for comfort, which added emotional stress to Charity's already difficult journey. This change in their relationship weighed heavily on her heart. Then came another chapter of Charity's life that would completely change her outlook on life: her gastric bypass surgery. The surgery was supposed to be a big step in her weight loss story, and as she prepared for it, Charity felt a mix of excitement and nerves.
Nervous, scared, but happy.
Fortunately, the surgery went well, and when she returned home, hope bubbled inside her. Charity knew she was ready to follow a strict 1,000-calorie diet and dive back into fitness and wellness. This was more than just a physical change. It was a complete life makeover, and she welcomed this new chapter with renewed passion and energy. You know what? It actually paid off. Every day, Charity not only dropped pounds, but also shed years of doubt and insecurity. Therapy also became a key part of her healing, and it helped her dig into the deep emotional wounds that fueled her unhealthy eating. She understood that battling obesity was more complex than just losing weight. However, even after her gastric bypass surgery, Charity faced a tough challenge: the strong urge to binge eat. This struggle put her hard work at risk and threatened her chance for skin removal surgery, which was an important step toward feeling comfortable in her own skin. The weight of this challenge hung over her achievements like a dark cloud. Seeing how much these struggles affected her, Dr. Now suggested that Charity seek therapy to tackle the deeper issues behind her food addiction. Finding peace in therapy. This struck a chord with her, and she recognized that her connection with food was about more than just cravings. It was a mix of emotions, memories, and unresolved pain. With fresh determination, Charity was ready to confront these challenges and continue her path to healing. As she shared her experiences, Charity realized her binge eating often came from feelings of loneliness, sadness, and anxiety, emotions she had tried to escape with food. Recognizing this pattern was a big moment for her. With her therapist's help, she learned healthy ways to cope, like mindfulness and stress management techniques. Every week, Charity experienced fresh insights and exciting progress. She stopped reaching for food to cope with her emotions and began facing them head-on. This practice of mindfulness became her secret weapon, and it helped her build stronger coping skills. As her emotional health blossomed, Charity transformed her eating habits. She chose nutritious meals that energized her body and uplifted her spirit. With Tony cheering her on, she signed up for cooking classes and learned to whip up healthy meals at home. Cooking turned into a joyful adventure rather than a chore. Each meal was a celebration of her achievements and a chance to create something nourishing and delicious. Then came the moment of truth. After more than a year of hard work and therapy, Charity stepped onto the scale. As the numbers appeared, she couldn't believe her eyes. She was below 600 pounds, finally qualifying for skin removal surgery.
Charity, your weight is down enough for us to do your skin surgery.
Tears of joy streamed down her face as she embraced this next chapter with hope. Therapy had been her lifeline, and it was finally giving her the tools to reclaim her life. Eventually, as Charity prepared for her transformative surgery, an electrifying sense of hope surged through her. Charity's skin removal surgery changes her life. On the day of the surgery, Charity lay on the operating table and a wave of determination rushed over her. She was ready to tackle this challenge, fueled by the belief that she could create the life she wanted. Thankfully, the surgery went well, and when she opened her eyes, it felt like a major turning point. The excess skin that had reminded her of her past struggles was gone, and for the first time in years, she felt lighter, both inside and out. When Charity emerged from surgery, her medical team greeted her with smiles and encouragement that lit a fire in her. Their support reminded her that she wasn't alone. She had a team of caring professionals and loved ones cheering her on. As she moved through recovery, she embraced this newfound energy and was eager to use it to fuel her transformation. Each day, Charity felt stronger and her confidence began to blossom. She celebrated the little wins, walking without help, fitting into clothes she had once thought were out of reach, and feeling a renewed sense of self. She even dove into her nutrition and fitness goals, taking healthy cooking classes and trying new activities that made her smile. However, Charity's journey was far from over. Inspired by her incredible progress, she set her sights on more surgeries to refine her transformation. Coping with changes after surgery. After her skin surgery, which promised to boost her health and self-esteem, Charity faced unexpected complications. Cellulitis infections landed her in the hospital, casting a shadow over her progress. However, Charity refused to give up. With the expert care of Dr. Now, she underwent another surgery, having 38 pounds of excess tissue removed from her stomach. This tough procedure kept her in the hospital for over 2 months, where she battled not just physical pain, but the emotional weight of her situation. In the midst of her emotional turmoil, Charity faced another crushing blow. Her fiancé suddenly ended their engagement to pursue a relationship with her sister. The betrayal hit Charity hard, and it broke her trust in those closest to her. This left her reeling in heartbreak and confusion, making her question everything about her relationships. Soon, the follow-up episode of My 600lb Life, Where Are They Now? In 2019 showed a bittersweet moment in Charity's life. Along with her boyfriend Tony and daughter Charlie, she returned to Iowa to reconnect with family. This visit was filled with mixed feelings as Charity planned a heartfelt memorial service to honor her mother's memory. What made the visit even worse was finding out that Tony had started dating Charity's sister. This betrayal felt like salt in a fresh wound, deepening Charity's emotional struggle. In the face of such hurt, Charity turned to unhealthy habits for comfort. Food, alcohol, and cigarettes became her go-to escapes in a chaotic life. These unhealthy choices threatened to undo all the progress she had made, creating a tough challenge in her journey. Decisions that Charity came to regret. As Charity navigated her journey, she hit a big milestone, losing 29 pounds. This achievement showed her hard work and dedication. Even with the emotional weight of her sister's unexpected pregnancy with Tony's child, Charity kept pushing forward, focusing on her health. Her efforts paid off, and she lost a total of 41 pounds, which brought her weight down to 335 pounds. Dr. Now noticed her progress and approved her for another skin removal surgery, which of course marked a major step in her transformation. In 2019, Charity underwent her third skin removal surgery to take off 15.2 pounds of excess skin from her leg. This was an important step toward getting healthier, but recovery was tough. She struggled with managing her pain, which became a big challenge. In a moment of desperation, she asked Dr. Now for more medication, but he said it wasn't needed. Feeling unheard and still in pain, Charity made a risky choice to self-medicate and began secretly bringing painkillers into the hospital. This choice ended badly, to say the least. Tragically, Charity overdosed on the painkillers, leading to a life-threatening situation where she became unresponsive and stopped breathing. In that critical moment, Dr. Now's quick thinking and medical skills were crucial crucial. He acted fast and managed to revive Charity and stabilize her condition. After her near-fatal overdose, Charity took a hard look at how she managed pain and cared for herself. As she continued to heal, Charity focused on building stronger relationships with those around her, especially her daughter Charlie and her partner Tony. By encouraging open talks and honesty, she worked to rebuild trust and strengthen the bonds that had been tested by recent events. The challenges they faced turned into opportunities for growth and helped them come together as a closer family. However, the painkiller incident had already strained her relationship with her medical team, and it started testing the trust she had worked so hard to build. Yet, this near-fatal experience served as a wake-up call. Determined to regain her doctor's trust, Charity focused on rebuilding her relationship with them. She had honest talks with Dr. Now and her medical team while sharing her struggles and why she had turned to self-medication. Their support was vital in helping her confront her past mistakes and stay on the path to recovery. With their guidance, she learned healthier ways to cope with her emotions. Thankfully, despite the challenges, Charity remained dedicated to her health journey. Her hard work paid off, and she lost an impressive 113 pounds. Each pound she shed showed her commitment to a healthier lifestyle, one she was more determined than ever to keep. Just when things seemed to be improving, Charity received shocking news in December 2019. She had kidney cancer. Another life-changing experience changes Charity. The diagnosis hit her hard, bringing back painful memories of her mother's battle with the disease. Overwhelmed with anxiety, Charity struggled with fears for her own life and the haunting echoes of loss that threatened to take over. Facing this new health challenge, Charity acted fast. Understanding how serious her situation was, she scheduled surgery for March 2020 to remove the affected kidney. This surgery was crucial to prevent the cancer from spreading to her other kidney and vital organs. Charity approached the operation with a mix of fear and hope. She was also aware of the risks, but determined to fight for her health. The successful surgery was a game-changer for Charity. As she woke up, gratitude surged through her for her medical team and the loved ones who rallied around her during this challenging time. Their support gave her strength at a time when she was slowly losing faith in herself. After the surgery, Charity zeroed in on recovery and self-care, prioritizing both her physical and mental health. Simultaneously, while this was happening, Charity inspired countless people by sharing updates on social media, offering an honest glimpse into her struggles and triumphs. Her upbeat posts celebrated her recovery and surgery, reassuring her followers that even during tough times, she was committed to moving forward. Through it all, Charity stayed focused on her health and happiness, proudly celebrating her weight loss achievements and, most importantly, enjoying precious moments with her daughter, Charlie. Their mother-daughter bond became a vital part of Charity's story, especially as Charlie faced her own battles with food addiction and weight gain. In a follow-up episode of My 600lb Life, Where Are They Now?, viewers saw Charlie's struggles firsthand. At 390 pounds, her situation echoed her mother's earlier journey, highlighting how these cycles can repeat. However, there was a silver lining. Charlie lost 14 pounds, which marked her first steps toward a healthier future and showed that change was possible. Seeing the need to improve their relationship, Charity and Charlie decided to go to therapy together, mending the mother-daughter relationship. They wanted to change their dynamic from caregiver and patient to a more balanced mother-daughter bond. Tackling their emotional and physical struggles together showed their deep love and commitment to each other. Therapy gave them a safe space to break old habits and build a new supportive foundation. As the show came to an end, viewers were amazed by Charity's transformation. Weighing in at 338 pounds and losing a total of 440 pounds, she proved that determination and inner strength can overcome even the toughest obstacles. In a 2017 episode, Charlie decided she wanted to follow in her mother's footsteps.
So I've decided I'm going to be a patient of Dr. Now's and get the surgery.
Inspired by Charity's success, she expressed her desire to become a patient of Dr. Now and have bariatric surgery. This was a huge step for Charlie, and it symbolized her commitment to reclaiming her health and independence. With Charity by her side, Charlie began her own journey filled with hope. Charlie's decision to have gastric reduction surgery started a life-changing adventure. With her mother's support, her weight dropped dramatically from 385 pounds to an impressive 154 pounds. However, Charlie's journey didn't stop at surgery. She kept sharing her experiences on social media, posting candid selfies and heartfelt updates about her progress. Her honesty about the ups and downs of her journey built a supportive community of followers who found comfort and motivation in her story. With each update, Charlie inspired others to stay committed to their own health goals. Meanwhile, Charity's own path to better health continued to inspire those around her. 4 years after her initial surgery, she reached her goal of weighing under 200 pounds, which was an amazing milestone in her quest for a healthier life. As the program wrapped up, Charity and Charlie returned to Iowa, forming a close-knit mother-daughter team dedicated to living healthier, happier lives. Their bond, strengthened through shared experiences and support, became a powerful example of perseverance and family, where Charlie and Charity are right now. In the 2020 episode of My 600lb Life, Where Are They Now?, viewers witnessed the emotional and physical growth of both Charity and Charlie as significant changes unfolded in their journeys. After years of relying on each other, Charlie made the tough decision to return to Iowa without her mother. She believed that this separation would help them break free from their codependent relationship. This distance gave both women the chance to focus on their own health without the weight of their shared struggles. Later in 2020, Charlie shared a heartwarming update about Charity, who was thriving and truly enjoying life. Charity embraced her new role as a grandmother, posting fun and sweet moments with her granddaughter on TikTok. The once burdened Charity had transformed into a lively and happy person. Her remarkable change showed the hard work and determination that helped her overcome tough times, inspiring many others facing similar challenges. Charlie was also doing well. In January 2022, she excitedly announced her engagement on Facebook. That same year, she welcomed a baby girl, marking a joyful new chapter in her life. Her success reflected not just her health journey, but also her search for personal happiness. By March 2023, Charity had more wonderful news. Charlie was expecting her second child, due in October. This announcement highlighted the amazing changes both women had experienced and the joy blossoming in their lives. Not much news surfaced about Charity in 2024, but her Facebook post from July 25th, 2023, sparked interest. In it, she rallied her followers to keep sending her stars to help her earn money and create content her fans adore. While she didn't dive into the details, it's clear her supporters are still cheering her on and appreciate the presence she has online. With her newfound fame, Charity is using this opportunity to boost her income for herself, her daughter, and her grandchild. Family has always been her priority, and that's not changing anytime soon. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.